Hello. First of all, please like and subscribe. Also, leave your feedback so the YouTube algorithm pushes this out to a wider audience. We want this content to be open source for everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. To recap, from where we last left, Scrum is a lightweight framework which makes it easier to understand and work independently. Scrum, as we discussed last time, has 3 roles, 3 artifacts, and 5 events. The sprint is a container event that contains 4 formal events within it. These 4 events can be inspected and adapted. Scrum events are designed to provoke change. Before we move on, it is important to clarify some statements wrongly attributed to the Scrum framework. They are as follows: that Scrum is a framework that eliminates complexity, false. Scrum is a methodology, false. That Scrum is a traditional process but with self-organization. This is also not true. It is a very common question that you might come across, and hence it was important to clarify this. Some other important ideas to highlight are that Scrum works well not only with complex but also with complicated problems. Just to quickly tell you, complicated problems are those with a lot of known unknowns. However, complex problems are those with unknown unknowns. My favorite example here is that of raising a child where you don't know what is to be done and how it is to be done. So you really have to figure things out on the go. Moving on, Scrum promotes self-management by 3 major ways: by having the Scrum Master protect the Scrum team from interruptions, by being a lightweight framework, and by the Scrum team deciding what work to do in a sprint. One of the key roles in Scrum, as we discussed last time, is that of a product owner. Now, the product owner is accountable for maximizing value of the product resulting from the Scrum team's work. A product owner's major tasks include effective product backlog management, developing and communicating the product goal, creating and communicating the product backlog items, ordering of the product backlog items, and ensuring the product backlog is transparent, visible, and understood. One of the major accountabilities of the product owner is managing the product backlog. To recap from a previous video linked here, the product backlog is a Scrum artifact. Other Scrum artifacts are sprint backlog and an increment. As the Scrum guide states, each artifact contains a commitment to ensure it provides information that enhances transparency and focus against which progress can be measured. The commitment of the product backlog is the product goal. Similarly, the commitment of the sprint backlog is the sprint goal, and the commitment of the increment is a sound definition of done. Let's here take a quick minute to talk about the product backlog. The salient features of a product backlog are that it is an emergent ordered list of what is needed to improve the product. It is also considered to be a single source of work. Now, ordering of the product backlog is done according to the size, description, and value of the items. Product backlog can contain the following elements: infrastructural work, new features, architectural work, and known defects. A product owner can add new ideas that the stakeholders and customers highlight as a first step to the product backlog. As we discussed, the commitment of the product backlog is the product goal. A thorough understanding of a product goal is very important in the context of a product owner. The product owner is accountable for a well-defined product goal. Next is the sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is often said to be a plan by and for developers for the entire sprint. It is a highly visible real-time picture of the work. The sprint backlog consists of the sprint goal, the product backlog items selected for the sprint, and the work plan for delivering them. And this is decomposed for the first days of the sprint. A product owner is always on a quest to plan better. They can do this by ensuring the definition of done is met. The definition of done creates transparency and establishes the expected quality of the product. Secondly, they can ensure the technical debt is controlled. The technical debt causes a greater percentage of the product's budget to be spent on maintenance of the product. The velocity at which functionality can be created is also reduced when you have technical debt. Hence, it is good practice to ensure a control over technical debt. To perform better, product owners use evidence-based management. This provides a framework for organizations to improve their ability to deliver value in an uncertain world, seeking a path towards strategic goals. Like the Scrum framework, EBM uses an empirical approach to improve value. Under conditions of uncertainty, EBM helps organizations to continuously improve customer outcomes, to improve organizational capabilities, and to improve business results. EVM is a framework for organizations to improve their ability to deliver value in an uncertain world, seeking a path towards strategic goals. It enables organizations to systematically improve their performance over time. It refines their goals based on better information. It helps organizations take into account the best available evidence to help them make decisions on ways to improve. And lastly, it helps organizations seek towards their goals in a complex world using empiricism. Evidence based management uses intentional experimentation and evidence measures to refine their goals based on better information. Steps for improvements include measuring current conditions, setting performance goals, forming small experiments for improvements that can be run quickly, and measuring the effect of the experiment, inspecting and adapting goals and next steps. EVM provides a set of perspectives on value and the organization's ability to deliver value. These perspectives are called key value areas. The KVAs examine unrealized value, current value, time to market, and the ability to innovate. Unrealized value are the goals of the organization. Current value is the current state of the organization relative to those goals. Time to market is the responsiveness of the organization in delivering value. And ability to innovate is the effectiveness of the organization in delivering value. Focusing on these four dimensions enables organizations to better understand where they are and where they need to go. Example key value measures for each KVA are as follows. For current value, it could be revenue per employee, product cost ratio, employee satisfaction, or customer satisfaction, amongst others. For unrealized value, it is usually market share, customer satisfaction gap, the desired customer experience or satisfaction. For ability to innovate, it is mostly the innovation rate, the installed version index, technical debt, or on-product index. And for time to market, it is release frequency, lead time, deployment frequency, time to restore service, amongst others. Let us now discuss some metrics critical for product owners. The metrics that help product owners establish that value is being delivered are usually customer satisfaction and the time to market. Product owners can tell if the product is delivering value or not by measuring the value measurement. This could be done by measuring the total cost of ownership or the product cost ratio. For analyzing potential markets for your product needs or potential customers are market trends, market share trends, net promoter score, quarterly revenue, and usage index. Next is a focus on the metrics that could be critical for the product. So to measure the successful agile transformation, customer happiness and customer outcomes are very important metrics. To analyze the success metrics for products, innovation rate, strategic alignment index, the installed version index, the delivery index, operational excellence, and usage index are often considered as important success metrics for products. Moving on, following sales with respect to competition would require an analysis of current value and unrealized value. Similarly, to improve product competitiveness, unrealized value and ability to innovate are often considered important. To improve the ability to deliver value, innovation rate and the ability to innovate are often considered important, whereas to improve product performance and in line also increase revenue expectations, the usage index is a very important metric to be considered. Measures can also be taken to improve respective KVAs. For instance, the ability to innovate can be improved by setting time out of meetings, by improving cross-functional skills of team, and by reducing the number of product variants. To improve responsiveness, which is the ability to respond to new opportunities, velocity on product index, technical debt, and cycle time are important metrics to be analyzed. Whereas performance delays caused by interruptions can be further studied by looking at the ability to innovate and the time to market. And that's all, folks. These were some quick highlights talking about the product owner certification and some additional insights on the EVM, the evidence-based management framework. I suggest you to see a previous video on CSM and then try to get a flavor of some product owner questions that you will see just in a minute. Here we have answered about 50 questions for you. We have also shared a comprehensive document with 450 questions for the CSPO exam, containing all the latest questions covering the certification modules in their entirety. These can be downloaded by accessing the link below. All the best and see you in the next videos. One last request, please like, share, and subscribe so the YouTube algorithm can make the video accessible for a wider audience. Lastly, what's the next certification you're eyeing? Share with us so we can keep making engaging content to make the learning process easier and fun for you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.